Hi everyone. Okay, welcome to the space. So this is my interpretation of a love reading. I always chuckle when I say that. Not that I don't believe in love, I totally do. Love is all around us all the time. We're never without love. But this reading was originally created the very first time I ever tried to do a love reading. And Scorpio inspired it, which actually showed me that I can't tell you what to do or like who to love or what the problem is in relation to someone else. But I can see seemingly what a person is sort of magnetically being drawn towards. Now this could be to a stage to step through that to get what so you can find what you're looking for, or maybe a little bit of awareness there so you can adjust. So again, you can find what you're looking for. We will be looking at fire. We're breaking this down in ways of elements. We've already done water and air, and now we're on fire. So we're going to start with Aries. It's the most masculine of the fire. It's powerful fire. So let's see, Aries. We have 3 cards. What are you magnetically, Aries, being drawn towards? This can be romantic. It can be through whatever we pick up on. Okay? Read these intuitively. Okay, 7 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and the Strength card. Wow. How do you block your own success, Aries? Where are you so stubborn? I know, sorry. This is what I see. Where are you so stubborn in your relationships? Like where you get defensive because you're scared. Whatever that's about. I guess you have this major here of the Strength card. This is Leo energy. It's heart energy, love energy, romance. It's power. It's soft power, though. So you love a challenge, right? You love a challenge. Fire loves challenges. Fire will challenge anything. You challenge another person, you'll challenge the whole forest, you'll challenge the whole town, right? Trying to be like, wah, here. But I guess Virgo is asking you, why? Is it necessary in that moment? What's he looking at? You have fire and air, right? There's no water here. So someone's hot-headed sometimes, right? They need to soften themselves. Holy. Soften, soften, soften. If you have a partner, some of you are fighting about, this is other people in general. Someone is trying to like prove their point way too much. If you are fighting all the time and you cannot come up with a resolve for it, then it is not loving, and you have to find more of your own, Virgo, again, this hermit energy. Yeah, you have to figure out what is healthy. For some of you, this could be some very unhealthy means of what you think you want and how you go about getting it. You got to think about that a little bit differently. Because the old ways won't work anymore. Some of you, you've been soft before, right? Aries can be so soft, like the inside of a crab soft. So soft. But when you've been really soft, you've been hurt. Right? It's hard to get in there. I know. Especially with other people. I get it. I know. I guess we got to read you the same thing that we read the air signs. Or I'll just say it. Not very good at reciting. Just a second. It's like, all right, I know you have your reasons why you're hard. Right? I get it. Why you guard your heart. Why you are, why hurt ashamed at times to say how you feel. To speak from your heart. I know. I can see you got your reasons. But are those relevant anymore? You know, if you never let your guard down, right, these are both very guarded energies. So some of you are, if this is what you are being magnetically drawn towards, then you need to check in with why you are so guarded. Because Spirit, with this major of strength, wants you to, for instance, if you're a kind of person that, I don't know, say, let's look into a few different dynamics here. Say you're a single person and your relationships always end up the same. You got people you fight with, people you can't communicate with. It's like you're always on guard. You're always having to defend yourself. It's like you can't ever like be soft. Then that is not the person for you. You know, true love feels comfortable. You don't feel like you have to defend yourself so much because they're going to kill you or it's like death. You know what I mean? If it gets into that war energy, then that is not love. You have to disengage from that. You got to be stronger to come out of that and to understand what love is. Maybe for some of you, this has to do with who you used to be. And now something is opening up for you. But somebody has to let go of fear or protection mechanisms. This is hardcore, like, excuse me. This is, excuse me, come on. This is hardcore. The Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands is like hardcore survival mechanisms. It's, sorry, it's crooked. It's like hardcore. It's like, okay, every time you even get close to something or something starts to open up, something starts to be soft, all of a sudden it'll be like, on guard. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of, Aries? You know, maybe for some of you, this could be breaking out of some really negative relationships. Now, if you've already done that, if you've already gone over, like, okay, I know I can't be this way anymore. I know I'm too overly defensive, or I know where I block myself, right? You're starting to, you can have this conversation. You're starting to take different actions. Then all of a sudden there may be such a beautiful gift that arrives upon your path where you're like, you know, because some of you are fixers too. You got to be careful with that. You know, like we said, where you accept a challenge, you love a challenge. But that would be battling against something. And what does that have to do with love? Nothing. I mean, you can defend that which you love if it's needed. If your partner, for instance, or a person in your life or your family, like, can't see the forest for the trees and you want to protect them, maybe that's a part of it too. Some of you, there's some weird family codependency stuff where you're like, oh, well, they don't know any better, so I got to do it for them. Or this kind of like self-sabotaging energy, I see you have to stop that. Because all you're really doing is expressing a mirror backwards reflection of where you wish someone would have protected you when you needed it. Okay, from this point forward, From this point forward, let's say you're looking for a relationship, or you're trying to, again, fortify the relationships in your life so that what you are being magnetically ultimately drawn towards is strength. Okay? This strength card trumps this 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands all day. But if for some reason, like, because you know what? You want to be protected too, right? Meaning that you can let your guard down so that you can relax, because you know, we're like yelling. So you know, Aries, that someone has your back. If you don't think that, or allow that space to be, allow your guard to come down to see if someone even has your back. Because some of you got people's backs that don't even give a two about you. I don't even know if they actually love you. Some of you have to look to this. Because again, what you're magnetically being drawn towards is a strength card, which is love and fun and creativity and romance and sweetness and soft love. It's not trying to control anything in this card. It's like embracing something so that a person is not afraid. You know? Some of you also are like, I can never move because of my family, or like, I can never, again, some weird codependency thing. If you're not willing to shift the space, this could even be your environment, you know, like some way, somehow, internally, externally, it's like, well then, you're blocking your own success. Now, I want to find the magician. Okay. You know you're strong, right? 1,000 times over, you are so powerful, Aries. You will defend people that you love till the ends of the earth. Your partner, your family, everybody. Anybody that you give two toots about, you are like, wanna be of service. You are very helpful that way. But again, this gives, the opposite of you is Libra. This gives no space for you to be loved. You have to let your guard down to see who is actually on your team. Whoa. Some of you, this could be where, like, I don't know, I keep seeing the words like family dynamic. Remember, whenever anyone is on the defense, they're being overly protective when it is unneeded. Right? There's different ways to approach a situation. If someone is way too much on guard, and this could be triggery points too. There's some heavy triggers here. Like hardcore, survival kind of mechanisms. And remember, Aries is a warrior. It's hard. I know. I can feel it. Even the way we're talking too hard. It's too much. It's too heavy. This armor is too heavy. So armor's too heavy, Aries. Let's take off all the red for a second, okay? Let's try this again. Some of you need to go to, someone needs to go to counseling. This could be marriage counseling for some of you, relationship counseling. It could be counseling just for yourself. Those of you where you're like, I'll never get married again. I'll never be in a relationship again. I don't trust people, like this kind of angry energy, all of that. You are blocking yourself. This could even just be having your guard up so high that you don't let anybody know how you feel, even that which is so close to you. Cancer on one side of you, Capricorn on the other. I know it's so hard for Aries to feel confident in emotionally. It's really hard. Can you show it externally? Yeah. But do you feel comfortable to let your guard down? Cancer is a crab. The goat, the Capricorn is like way hidden up on the mountain, like it needs to be way up high, right? Way up on this hill to feel confident. It's like, but what about when you're really close? Don't you want to be able to relax? Again, if you're in any kind of relationship dynamic and you cannot relax, Aries, most of the time, then there's something unhealthy about it. There's something unhealthy there. There's something that where some kind of, again, either you got to let your guard down or, well, you're only in control of you, right? You got to let your guard down. You got to express how you feel. You got to take a different action. You got to cut yourself free from something. Some of you are in some really toxic relationships. Or if you're not right now and you've been working on this, that which is of the past is totally like right behind all of this soft love. And you could like stomp it. Remember, fire will destroy. It can totally destroy that which you are trying to create. Please don't. You have to have more confidence in yourself to create the person and the relationships that you want. Now, am I asking you to be some softie, to be something that you're not? No. But your own nature, that whole like, this is my nature, this is who I am, I don't give a fuck, da-da-da-da-da. No. 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 Why don't you learn to be a new you? Why don't you realize that God loves you and protects you? Now, do you still have to take certain actions and think certain ways about it? Things like that? Yeah. This is, you know what? It's like, this is Gemini and Leo. What's in between there? Cancer. And someone is just blocking how they feel. Or, again, they're too protective of that which they love. And it's really unnecessary because you wouldn't even know if they fucking would protect you. Some of you are way overly protective. It's not even worth it. No. You have to... Hi, baby. You got to see what people do on their own. Okay? And again, I feel like some of you are such an awesome, you're so intelligent and loving and like passionate and like... You're like, I will defend what I love. And like, yeah, please do. But like, is any of that blocking you from your own success? Because remember, defensive behavior, angry behavior, aggressive behavior, never letting your guard down is a person that actually feels very insecure. And it blocks a person from the kind of love that you want because Aries... However powerful you are such a softie. Yep. Here's you, King of Wands, and you are also equally this little Page of Cups. You little... And again, remember, we've already said it, but the overly defensive is for, like, whether this is you protecting yourself, and I see for a lot of you trying to protect other people too. It's like, dude, you're just doing it because you weren't protected. You're just projecting. So don't do that, because that also makes another person weak. And it kind of can interfere with their own emotional progress as a person. Whoa. Aries. Aries. There's the Eight of Swords again. I feel like for some of you, if you there's something, your reading's long. I guess the practice would be, is again, from this point forward, allow others to make their own mistakes. Try not to interfere verbally or physically. Allow them to do it. Whatever it is, just allow them to do it. And when you're about to say something or interject or what have you, correct something. It's like, let them do it. Now, just, people have to, I keep seeing it, people have to make their own mistakes. This would also be you communicating, again, about how you feel. You have to practice, Aries. You have to practice, or you're never going to have the love that you want. You can keep some of your nature. You don't got to change your whole nature. But you got to adjust something, because well, you want other people to trust you too. So you got to trust yourself. And also trust that other people, like, got their own, I don't know. Some of you have to make better boundaries with your family. It could even be like how much you're working, or again, like somebody's working, or it's these triggery mechanisms. There's something real deep in there that's like triggery. My neck just popped. Holding that heavy-ass helmet on that long. Remember, if you can't relax around someone, Aries, it's probably not healthy. If you're ever in a situation where you feel like you just constantly have to protect someone, well, we already said it, right? It's what you want. That's what we do. Is we do to others, do unto others as you would be done unto yourself. That's what we do as humans. It's a weird mirror world, but that's what we do. You want someone to protect you. You want someone, you want to be able to be soft again, show all your little crabby parts, all your soft insides. I heard be able to cry. Whatever. Please watch Libras in the air elements, okay? Whoa. All right, I gotta split this up. Okay, so, all right, if you have strong Aries in your chart, please watch Aries readings. So we're gonna look at Leo now. Leo, what are you magnetically being drawn towards at this time? Four of Wands. Wow. Three of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles. So 2 fire and 1 earth. So there's some kind of decision about a new start. I'm still stressed out about Aries energy. Just a second. I'm stressed out about something that already happened. Let me shake that out. Let's shake that out. This Prince of Pentacles is bothering me for some reason. What's that about? Yeah, I can't tell what he's trying to offer. Oh, okay, we got to work backwards here. All right, let's start backwards. Leo energy. Well, I guess, all right. So we know we got to start from the back to the front, right? From the bottom to the top. That's good to know. Got it? So what is this saying? This is what you are being magnetically drawn towards is the right way to build, the right way to clean, the right way to ensure that you don't ever paint yourself into a corner, right? All right, good. You also know at this point, if something is ever too slow, it's not in your rhythm. Now, is it going to be exactly the same? No, but if something you want to happen and it is just stagnant energy, Leo, leave it alone. Someone keeps telling you, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, oh, don't worry about it, oh, I'll get it done, and they just don't do it. They don't follow through. They're lazy. Out you go. Have more self-respect than that. I don't know what the energy is today, but it feels pretty powerful. I guess we're in Scorpio time too, so might as well get it all out. Because remember, these readings are what you are magnetically being drawn towards, so you want to be aware of what that is, and if it's positive, you keep it and work with it. If it's not, and it's negative, or it's stagnant, or it's just not doing the thing, I guess you got to acknowledge that, but then just leave it alone, because whatever isn't changing right now is, I'm recording this in Scorpio time, whatever is stagnant, whatever is the same, whatever has no willingness to change, let it go. Let it go. Have more, again, self-respect for yourself. Now, for those of you who've already done this, you know better. Technically, there's just supposed to be love readings. I could see where for some of you are like, oh my God, I want to, you've been thinking forward about relationships. You've been thinking forward about home and like what's, starting to believe more in your ability to be able to commit to things long term. And I see the word again for some of you. It's like, well, if you're involved with anything, again, that just ain't going anywhere, leave it. If it is confusing to you, if it is, you question yourself all the time and you're like, was I supposed to say that? Like, are they, like, you don't want to say something because you feel like someone's going to judge you or something like this. It's like, no, dude. Or you're like, oh, well, they're just the way that they are. Like, that's just the way that they are. It's okay. They're like, they're just going through something. It's like, don't make excuses for people. You will never be able to pull someone else out of their shell, Leo. Now, if you've already been conscious of this and let this go, which some of you have not yet. But let's say you do, or those that already have. Well, I see good job, because that wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't even worth your time. It's not even a king or a queen. It's slow, stagnant, stuck energy over here. Please stop. Let's turn that over. I don't even want to look at it anymore. It's pulling in my energy, all that stagnant energy. Why would we be looking at this stuck, stagnant, old energy that is not changing when we have the 3 and the 4 of Wands right here? This is one's ability to be able to commit. This is one's belief system that is finally becoming stronger in relation to, again, more long-term commitment, things that really matter. You know? If you're not married, do you want to be married? If you want to move to another place, you want to move to a new home, believe that you can. Who do you want to be in that home? What kind of relationship do you want? You want to live with somebody? If you already live with somebody, I feel like, and you are married, and there's some stuck energy, that's what we're talking about over here, then some of you need to go on a vacation, or you need to renew your vows. Remember, one of the easiest lessons for Leo to know whether you are happy or not, whether it is good or not. It's interesting. Aries talked about if they're always on the defense, if they're always needing to protect something, if they always think whatever they love is weak, it's just like, well, that's not for you. It's not healthy. You, for instance, when you're not happy, Leo, when it doesn't have fun in it, when there is not laughter in it, when there is not joy, enthusiasm, passion in it, and that has to come to you, not only from you, but to you, then it is not for you. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Now, I suppose because you're fixed energy, some of you get stuck in that there's the moon. It's like, could get stuck in that energy where it's like, but I love them. Well, if that's the case, then again, there needs to become some kind of new environment. Somebody needs to move home. Somebody needs to go on vacation. Somebody needs to, I don't know, like take a break. Maybe it's also for some where like someone's like stops working so much, like putting energy into one thing, and they shift that and start putting it towards something else, right? Again, because I see for some of you, like, and I know it's interesting because I know some people here are married, and I know some people are single and want that, or in between and are blocking themselves. I feel like perhaps Aries reading could be helpful. You want to believe in your ability to commit. That you are a committed person, that you believe in yourself, that you believe in love, that you... And you don't have to be ultimately traditional here, say in ways of marriage, exactly. I mean, you want to think about that. I would also say if any of you, because sometimes fixed energy can be very passive. Like, you never want to do something, Leo, just because someone else does. You know, like, you never move to another place, like, if you don't want to go there. You know, that would be like, oh, I want to marry you, Leo, but like, do you want to marry them? I want to move here, but do you want to move there? It's like, it's got to be mutual. If it's not, then I see it's off the table, period. My uncle says it all the time, period. You know? Some of you do need to expand your thinking on what you want in your relationships. In ways of love, in ways of commitment, in ways of passion, in ways of creation. If you're young, say you're like, you know, like still in your 20s, reaching 30, whatever, it's like, and especially if you're a woman, because women have a different timeline than men. It's like, you better put out there what you want so that you don't waste your time messing around with people that are stagnant again, that ain't even going to give you what you want. You know, do you want a family? Do you want to get married? Do you want to, I don't know, like, do you want a person you can travel with? Do you want a person that likes the beach? Do you like the beach? We've talked about this before. If you... Questions, answer the questions. Where do you want to live? You want to live in the forest? You want to live in the city? You want to live by the sea? I heard, do you want to live with yourself? Do you want to live with me? Like, fascinating energy today. It's so, I don't know what's going on, but we'll take it. Oh, the moon's in Pisces. And the sun is in Scorpio. Okay. I see. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. That's good. Let's see about this Four of Wands. Well, I guess we're kind of repeating. It's like thinking about more long-term committed things. That's what you're being magnetically drawn towards. Ace of Staves. The Ace of Wands. If you are weak, then you will have weak people in your life. Or people that are so strong that make you feel weak. You decide. You could be equally strong. This could be so... You want to think about what you want passionately in ways of home, in ways of relationships, in ways of spiritual energy. Like what are your rules, Leo? What game are you playing by? Because I feel like for some of you, you're playing some game that isn't even true to you, or you have been, and now you have to shift it. Now, if this has already arrived for you, and this is but this is what you're being magnetically drawn towards, it's like, you want to think a little wider here. Now, this doesn't mean you're meant to rush, you know. You want to sit and think about it. But I feel like a lot of you got to sit and think about love. And again, relationships, commitment. It's not about your family. It's not about your siblings. It's not even about where you live. That has nothing to do with any of it. It's what you want. It's like that. If you know what that is, then, and you get rid of, again, just what's dragging you. Something is dragging some of you Leos right to the ground. And I guess it's a good time, again, if you've already cut that line, and let go of that cycle or spiral that's keeping a person stuck, because, I don't know, maybe some people don't want to be alone, or some people don't want, I don't know, something. Whatever it is they don't want. If you know what's appropriate, what you do want, then I see that comes to you. Six of coins and the 10 of coins. You know, but apparently Mount and the Dervish are, this is Virgo and Scorpio. You know, you maybe want to even think about, like, again, intimacy. Some of you, there's something about water, like being right by the water. See someone getting married on a beach. Or like, where do you want to get married? Like, where do you want to, what is marriage? It's basically where two things that are together, that are individually walking, come together and make like a trifecta, right? These different forces combined in a certain way. And then each force is like, okay, this is what I want. And the other person's like, yeah, that's what I want too. And then from there, you just make a commitment. Now, again, if you've already been working on your commitments and you've been really tuning in here, let's see. Magician, yeah, if you've been really talking about what you want instead of making excuses for that which is not changing, then success. Then it's like contractual. It's like really real. It's really real. Huh. Remember, when you do what you love, Leo, whatever that may be, when you are doing what you love, then you will find upon your path that which you are seeking, period. Will you recognize it when it's there? Maybe, maybe not. Depends what you're distracted by. Depends what you're looking for. Now, sometimes people get lucky, and even if they say no to something, sometimes energy keeps walking in the same path. Something could be right around you. I feel like we talked about this in November, lovers. It's like that what you were looking for could be right here. It could be right in front of you. But it certainly is not behind you. Do not go backwards. Do not even go back to the thing that you know that you're trying to, if any of you are trying to change something, I keep saying the word chain. Like, no, that is not what love is. Love is not a ball and chain. Marriage isn't even a ball and chain. No. Ooh, the energy is strong today. Wow. You're not tied to anything. But if you want to be connected to something, you can. But you got to know what you want. And remember, if it ever does not, if you can't look to the wider picture and like see it in your future, remember how intuitive you are. You want to check in whether you can or cannot see it in your future. If you cannot, if you've been trying to make something in the present your future and you keep getting block, please leave it alone. Please leave it alone. If you've already let go, again, I guess we got to reiterate here, and you're like, fuck it, I'm good, I'm all set, I'll handle it, and you believe in yourself and you believe in your path, then you got something really solid here. I also see if any of you are looking for a house, you could find that. You know, you're looking for a relationship. This is a serious relationship too. This isn't like some casual dating thing even. It's like really real. I mean, again, this is something you got to know what you want. You don't even have to communicate that ultimately in the beginning. It's like spirit knows. You know what I mean? But if you don't believe that you're worth it, well then I suppose you'll only be blocking yourself and staying in that stuck energy. Wow. Okay. Let's move on. I need a second. Holy energy is intense today with these readings. Okay, so we're looking at Sagittarius now. What is your magnetic pulse? These are meant to be love readings, but we're going to see whatever it is that comes up. I read intuitively, so let's see. Sagittarius. Queen of Pentacles. Powerful, strong woman there. Powerful person. The Star. Wow. And the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my God, Sagittarius, this is so powerful and beautiful and positive. You have a major just like Leo for fire, or for Aries, just like fire energy. Yours is a different frequency though. Let's see, Sagittarius. So what are you being magnetically drawn towards? I guess this would be being more conscious of your own body. This could be for some of you. Let's look at this the way it comes up. I see in one way this could be where you're being drawn to change your diet a little bit. This could be where some of you are like, no, I'm going to spend a little bit more on better things. You know, you're not willing to take less than. You know, it's, I guess you're being magnetically drawn towards having less of a lack mentality. I would also say, how do you foresee, because of the cards here, for some, how do you foresee your career or your future in ways of the material world? This could be having to do with purely like finances. This could be how you give and share of your time, money, energy. This could also be what you are, some of you are going to become the matriarch of your family. Who's the matriarch of your family? It's almost like Pallas Athene energy here, where like the daughter is really, like the father is really old. The father's really powerful and old, but he's getting old. He's like losing his power, but the female, his daughter, is like gaining really strong energy. Just a second. This is enormous amounts of abundance. I suppose some of you, this could be where you're being magnetically drawn towards, like kind of like family inheritance. Some kind of inheritance. Something that is actually, it's material too. It's like it matters. Something like that. Interesting. What is your dream job? What is your dream? What kind of body do you want? What kind of health do you want? Hold on, I don't know what that message was. There's a lot of judgment in that message, so let me see. Sagittarius, what are you being magnetically drawn towards? So much abundance, so much security. Security. I guess you're being drawn towards... Also, if you're a man, there's a woman here that's really powerful. There's a person here that's really powerful. Like, they are so strong. They're a good cook. They got their money in order. They are beautiful. They are super powerful. They hold their own. And if you are a female, then this is your energy, I guess, that's stating that you are strong enough and secure enough right now for you to Well, I guess be grateful for what you have had. Maybe you're going towards deeper depths of gratitude due to your abundance, but I also feel like the material world is growing here. Very much so. It's like, because there's a lot of seriousness in these cards, so maybe some of you have to deal with something serious, but I also feel like there's a beautiful resolve for that if you're dealing with that. Yeah, the Malika of Cups, which is the mother of water. This is someone who's so grateful for what they have. Maybe this also for some of you gives you an opportunity to be more emotional. If you're also looking for a job, some of you could do really well with that. That is, like, you get a really high position. Some of you also are, if you're a single mother, I guess it could be single parent, but I'm seeing more feminine energy. I guess when you're a single parent, you're a mom and a dad, right? If you are a single parent, then remember that you have to play both those roles in a way, but also, I guess, remember that that you're strong and you can do it, but you also need a support system. Don't deny what your family's offered. Okay, I keep seeing this scenario and it keeps popping up, so it's relevant to somebody. This is also where a mother left the home. It was like, I'm going to go do my own thing. They cared more about their career than they did about family. They put their career before family. If you're a female and you have done that, you've been doing that, I guess it could be even male. If you've been putting your career before family, specifically as a woman, I feel like it's a, and you probably want to adjust that a little bit. Because that whole, like, I hold independence so strong, I don't need anybody else kind of thing, that's not truly emotionally fulfilling. Now, some of you could have to come to understand your own independence about something so that you feel good about who you are and what you have achieved, but don't deny where you came from either. Or what has helped you to bring you to this place. Because again, I see like father, like daughter. I guess if you haven't been feeling very well, what is that about? Maybe some of you need to temper how much you do in this physical world too. You know, don't forget to care about your own emotional well-being in addition, you know. Excuse me. You know, maybe that's a part of it. Some of you have been working so hard. And I see a great reward with that. Yes, Six of Wands, very much so. But maybe it's one of those times where, I don't know, somebody needs to learn how to trust a little bit more, maybe be a little bit more vulnerable, not have so much of a guard. This could be like a hardcore feminist too. I don't know about that. Remember, if you're too independent, it doesn't make a good partner. Okay? Some of you, are, as a feminine also, are too masculine. You got to work on that feminine nature. Not that you can't be all that you are, the power of you, or what you can achieve, or whatever, your skill set, your earning power, whatever all that is. But, like, remember, that's not emotionally fulfilling. Okay? It's not. In the end game, it's not emotionally fulfilling. You know, to eat dinner by yourself all the time. And maybe some of you now, because of all this security and what have you, like, and I do see it also coming to you, but like because of that, it obviously is making some kind of bridge between you and love. And I want you to start meditating a bit, because some of you have been putting a lot of energy towards, again, practical matters a lot. Now you want to open up your sense of perception that has more to do with how you want to connect with others in a warm sense, right? In a loving way, in a spiritual way, like what, it's not exactly like calling in what you want, but it's like just having an idea, like a different perception on what you think success is. Some of you could also, like, I don't know, somebody has a very wealthy family here, or they marry into wealth, something like that. But I guess there's somebody here that also, I don't know what this is. There's like a side note or something, like this is, you'll know the difference whether someone's like a gold digger or not. You know what I mean? By like what's important to them. I mean, there's a difference between security and greed. Who do you want to grow old with? How do you picture yourself when you're old? You know? Maybe some of you need a new perception on that too. Wow. Aquarius will also have a message for you. And Gemini. Okay. These are not, I didn't have any technical expectation beyond the hope that this would be helpful. These are definitely different than the last time we did these. But I guess that's creating a balance. So good. It's maybe something's meant to be different now than it was before. Why not? It's a time of change, right? Okay. I love you so much. Please take care. Peace out.